swim team. Many people think swimming isn't that hard, and it'd be easy to make the team. I had that exact same attitude when I thought about joining the swim team, but it wasn't as easy as I had imagined. I've always loved to swim. Ever since I was 3, I'd been in the water, taking lessons and learning to swim. But I never thought that when I get older, I'd actually be on the team. I joined the swim team last year, a little late, thinking it'd be a piece of cake to make varsity. But I was very wrong. I was so naive. When I went to the tryouts, I didn't even know one of the strokes, butterfly. Luckily, I still made it onto JV, but I had never done competitive swimming before, so this was a first for me, and I was definitely one of the slower swimmers on JV. Practices were hard because swimming laps after laps for 2 hours gets pretty tiring, but it got a little easier after that. Whenever we swam in lanes, I'd always be in the back, trying to keep up with the rest, who were usually very far behind. But eventually I started getting faster and gaining more endurance. So about after a month after that, whenever we swam in lanes, people would always be asking me to go in front because I was too fast for them. I remember how I really envied one of the swimmers because I thought she was so fast, and I wanted to one day be as fast as her. But as it turns out, she actually wasn't that fast, and now I'm probably like 3 times faster than that. Well, practices were hard, and I tried to do as many sets as I could, and I started getting faster, and it got pretty easy. My first swim meet, which was at Mount Sac, was probably one of the most nerve-wracking experiences I've ever had. With all the people there watching, and me still not being that great of a swimmer, it was pretty scary. Even now, right before a swim meet, I still get butterflies, but as soon as I step up on that block, I'm ready to swim. Last year, I was mainly getting first in all my races during the league swim meets, which was pretty good. So one day, the coaches were watching us practice, and one of them called me over and told me that starting tomorrow, I'd be swimming in varsity practices. This was very exciting for me, but it also made me nervous because varsity was fast, and I wasn't that fast. I started doing the varsity practices, but soon I realized that I wanted to go back to JV because varsity actually didn't swim much. We probably spent half of the time just hanging on the wall talking. However, I still continued the practices even though I swam with JV in the meets. My goal for the next year was to make it onto varsity. 2012 comes along, and I'm put into varsity even with some not so fast times. I was faster than last year, but still not as fast as the other swimmers. It was still a pretty big achievement for me because everyone else on varsity does either club swim or club polo, and both of those consist of swim sets, but I didn't do club, and I never have. It had been my goal since last year to make it onto varsity, and now I had finally done it, but it had come with a price. This year, I had also done water polo for the first time, and I had made JV, but the practices were hard, and the swimming and the throwing really wore out my shoulders. By the time swim season came along, it was getting hard to swim. I put up with it for about a month before I finally got it checked out, because I had to get out of the pool like every 15 minutes because of the pain. I visited the trainer, and he told me that I had impingement and that I had to take a break from swim. This news destroyed me because I had worked so hard to make it onto varsity, and now I couldn't even compete. He didn't even know how long I'd be out of the pool, but it'd be for more than a couple of days. Even not swimming for even a week can make someone slower, so this news really frightened me. What if I got dropped back down to JV because my times got too slow? What if I couldn't even swim ever again because of this impingement? These questions worried me every day I wasn't allowed back into the pool. I visited the trainer daily to get my shoulders stretched and iced. I hated icing them though, because everyone said I looked like a football player. After about a month of visiting the trainer doing this, I was dying to get back into the pool. So I went to the doctor to see what she would say, and she gave me the okay to swim again, which made me ecstatic. The next day, I hopped back into the pool to get my speed up again. The practices were hard again, and I even used the excuse that my shoulders hurt to get out of a few sets, but I stuck through it. Right now, I only get like second, third, and fourth in my races, but next year I hope to get faster times and work harder. It's tiring, it's boring, and it's hard, but I love swimming. Being on the swim team has given me an amazing experience because of all the new friends I made, because swimming is my passion, and I hope to stay on varsity for the rest of high school. If with hard work and dedication, anything is possible. And remember, if it was easy, then everyone would do it. Thank you.